Hmm.
What dog?
Wondering what I should play in the background in between rounds.
Argument ad.
Oh.
Broken like hell. And it's so funny to watch it all play out. You know, I tweeted this out. I even got...
You know, that Albanian chick, I want to see her face now. Because, I feel like Albanian chicks are usually hot.
Yeah.
Does she have a nice face?
Yeah. Dude, she's fucking really pretty.
Ratioed by Angry Joe. I tweeted this out. The same people that have been crying about every little decision that Trump has made over the last decade are crying again. I don't care. Let Trump cook. And Angry Joe ratios me. Jeremy, it's so fascinating following you through this. As long as it's Daddy Trump that's doing it to your right. Bro, you and I both know if it was anyone else in charge, you'd be screaming bloody murder about it. But Trump-induced recession is a good recession, right? LOL, we know. So I just responded, Joe, you've been crying about Trump as long as we've been interacting on Twitter. You have TDS. It must be frustrating. This is one of the first times Joe responded to me over his TDS. And, you know, I had this guy. You didn't refute his points. You just threw out a tired acronym and proved you're in a cult. And I was like, I don't have to refute anything. He came into my replies crying. I never respond to Joe or your anti-Trump stuff because I don't care. You need me to care about your opinions for some reason. I don't. There's nothing I can say to people like these guys that are going to make them happy. Because they're looking for me to criticize Trump. Even though I've criticized Trump, they don't ever talk about when I criticize Trump. Now all of a sudden, because they need me to criticize Trump for this particular situation, and I don't, because they will use that, because I'm going to show you a video of where people with TDS are clipping little snippets of other people that are criticizing Trump and using this to build their narrative. It is insane, dude. You don't get to cry about Donald Trump for the last 10 years and then expect me to care right now. I'm sorry. I don't care. Your tears, your worries, your concerns mean absolutely nothing to me if you've been crying about Trump for a decade and now suddenly today is when I'm supposed to care. No, I don't care. And I did it somewhere in these replies. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go to my replies. Somewhere in these replies. Right here. Somebody's like, you care enough to reply. And I'm like, to be fair, I genuinely like and respect Joe. I've told him that in private several times. Do you know who would never say that about me? Joe. Joe would be terrified to tell his audience that he likes and respects me. He would be terrified. He was genuinely blown away when I told him that in a private message. But he's not allowed to say that about me because I'm a Trump supporter. He's not allowed to tell people that he has been friendly with me or anything like that publicly. He's not allowed to do it because his audience will eat him alive. And he's literally terrified of his leftist audience because that's the type of person Joe is in public. So, anyway, the point being is that these people are broken. And here's the video right here. If I can find it. Had so many videos pulled up. Let me pull this video up for just a minute. Let me see how you guys are doing. Jake the Movie Geek says, finally, where have you been, Jeremy? So much news. There has been a lot of news. East Coast Toasted Boy says, yo, did you see Mince Blitz video about actual Titanfall 3 news? Apex is finally losing popularity, thankfully, by 75%, like Disney stocks. Hopefully this actually goes through. BT, come back. I have been tagged in this Titanfall 3 story more times than I can count. I have not looked into it for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't believe it, and I don't want to believe it. If it happens, that's great, but I don't want to believe it. Number two, I've kind of lost a lot of belief in Respawn that they can actually recreate the magic of Titanfall 1 or 2. I feel like it's probably going to be closer to Apex Legends than it would be actual Titanfall. So we'll see. We'll see. Everybody has told me about this story about Titanfall 2. If it comes true, or Titanfall 3, I'm sorry. If it comes true, that'd be great. But I'm not looking into it, and I'm certainly not getting any my hopes up. Not going to do it. JNNCZ450! Random racist joke. My last name is White. End of racist joke. Hail the 199. Hail the 199. Let's freaking go. Thank you, JMNZZ450. Mikey Gessler, what's up, Mikey? Jeremy, Angry Joe is seething on X, and he just uploaded a video on YouTube. He acts like he's an expert on tariffs. He's upset that he can't play his board games. He says Trump voters reap what you sow. Yeah, I don't... Listen, man. I've been watching Joe for a long time. And it's funny because the first time me and him got into it on Twitter, I reached out to him privately, and I'm like, hey, man, just want you to know, I have a ton of respect for you. I've been watching you for the longest time, and it's kind of crazy I'm even talking to you. Joe was so shocked that I spoke to him like a normal person. He was, his response was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you were so cordial and nice to me. I'm like, what the fuck did you expect? Have you ever watched me? Have you done any research? He's built these fantasies in his head of what a Trump supporter is. So when I approached him respectfully and said, hey, I've been watching you for a long time. To me, it's kind of crazy me even talking to you. And then we kind of got into our disagreements, and he was completely floored that I was a normal person talking to him in a respectful way. This is how their minds work. This is it right here. I've had Discord calls with him, everything. But anyway, so he can sit there and puff out his chest and act all big and bad if that's what he wants to do. It really doesn't matter. The Grand Dick says, Jeremy used to be a proper grifter. Don't let stuff like Sleep stop him from Fortnite. Maybe it's because he's not powered exclusively by cultures anymore. You never know. You never know. The Blue Oyster says, what's better way to start Monday with my favorite show, Cobra Cast. After an amazing 1923 ending, I cried so many times. What an amazing series. Hugs.
When I won my last game last night, I was one fucking
absolutely fucking was
gold 4.
That was an amazing episode. I think it was like an hour and a half. Woo. That was some heavy stuff right there, man.
What a tragedy, dude.
Now, I didn't look up any details, so I do apologize if this is a spoiler, but I don't think this is a spoiler. But if you don't want to hear anything, even remotely close about post-production on 1923 or anything, give me like, 20 seconds. That's what I say to the ladies. But I didn't know that this was going to essentially end the series. I expected this to carry over to a season 3 or whatever. And it essentially seems this is the end of the series, which I was kind of, disappointed by that. But as you see things play out at the end of 1923, you start to realize, they're paying everything off. They're paying everything off. So, anyway, it was awesome. I do have some minor issues with 1923. I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
I wish I could give these
there's
things more
certain
help.
plot
Maybe that'd
lines
be
in
nice, but-
that just are like, why are we wasting time on this? And it feels like it's really kind of some virtue signaling bullshit going on in there. But overall, very good series. Very good series. Jared Armstrong says Angry Joe has Stephen A. Smith, is the Stephen A. Smith of reviewers. Again, man, Joe is like, if you go back, like, you know, because I've been covering like the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff, like Joe's immediate reaction to the Switch 2 stuff was great. I watched his reaction on it. Joe is good at what he does. He is. But he has TDS. He does. And there's no getting around that. I can't fix it. He can't fix it. Nobody can fix it. Man is struggling with it. And it is what it is. Fun with collecting becomes a new member. Thank you. AJ says, I've been dealing with
Dude, the best
wisdom
part-
tooth. Oh,
Even talking about the fucking mic cutting out, it feels so much. It's so much more comfortable not having that headset around my neck. Okay, my mic. Okay, my mic's on.
what a terrible thing. Yeah, that's never fun. That's never fun. Eric K says everyone becomes the Nancy insider trading Pelosi. Seriously, like, this is, I know it's a meme, but it's the truth. This is Twitter right now. Everybody is an expert. Every single person is an expert on the stock market right now. Most of these people have never joined the stock market, but everybody's a fucking expert on the stock market. It's the same as like, there's so much shit going on right now. There's so much, like, I can't even explain all of the stuff that's going on social media. It's hard for me to keep up with everything because I'm so entrenched in, I've got the video game stuff going on with the Switch 2. I've got the politics stuff. We're covering theme park stuff. I went to Epic Universe last week, or Friday actually. So that's one reason why I wasn't able to stream on Friday. Obviously, I have IRL stuff going on too. But yeah, man, I mean, like, I've got people that are crying saying, Jeremy, first of all, the narrative was always that Jeremy will never criticize Nintendo. Now I'm criticizing Nintendo, and then people are saying, Jeremy, I can't believe you're going to buy a Switch 2. Mind you, most of these people that are typing that are doing it from a fucking iPhone. You're going to tell me that you're mad at me for getting a Switch 2 because I'm being honest, while you're typing from a fucking dog shit Apple iPhone. Get the fuck out of here. Do not stand on a fucking soapbox with me. Take that iPhone and shove it up your ass if you got a problem with me spending my money the way I want to spend my money. Fuck off. I have never, ever subscribed to the
Can I tell you guys something?
tell another grown-ass man what to do with his
Sure,
money.
man. I hate blacks.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Wanna know something else? I'm black.
I was gonna say your dad left, but I guess that's the same thing.
Bro, now you're being racist, bro.
What?
Be advised your drone has located a bomb. Seconds. 5 seconds to insertion. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
God dang.
I can need that. Box Tim was used.
Drone is ready to go. Drone activated.
That's Legion. One thing.
Mine is up.
Recover the diffuser.
And in the closet.
Last operator standing.
Money. You do what your money, what you want. I do what
All
I
friendlies
want.
have
I
been
am not
eliminated.
here to be pulled into a cult of ideas. If you think Nintendo should go fuck themselves, I fully support that. Tell them to go fuck themselves. Just like I think Apple can go fuck themselves. But I see iPhone users telling me, I can't believe you're gonna spend money on a Switch too. Fuck off with your iPhone. I'm not here for your fucking feelings. Not here. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, when I explain to lefties 88% of the market is owned by the mega rich, they start screaming that affects us all. Trump broke them so badly, they now unironically believe in trickle-down economics. I know. It's amazing. By the way, I'm an Android user, by the way. I'm not saying you're wrong for being an Apple user.
We need
I'm
to
not.
locate a bomb.
Apple is the most popular smartphone in the world, so I'm not here to tell you wrong. I'm here to tell you if you have a
Livercade.
fucking iPhone in your hand, do not preach to me about moral superiority.
And a
about
Tubero.
what I spend my money on if you're holding a fucking iPhone. And to be clear, if you're holding a Google device, you don't have much of a leg to stand on either. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. That's my point. But I am Team Android all the way. Sensei Pauls, what's up? AJ lost me at being angry at Gotcha Games,
Is there even a
but the
point
man.
of going thermite if they have a
5
Tubero?
seconds to go.
Oh yeah, I can just nade it. And we have a Cowie.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
IQ, can you look at me? IQ. We're gonna win these, right?
Yeah, of course.
No, last round I kind of chalked it. I'm sorry. I promise you I'm reformed. Who's getting C4 first?
Yeah.
Drone activated.
Nice.
Only 2 more.
Wait, they're holding that wall. Be careful. They broke my C4. That's 1 C4 down. They have another 2 C4s. Careful, guys.
Go for it.
Cluster charge going up. Here we go! Stay back!
Did we get it?
Placing cluster charge.
One might be above. Like first.
Mine.
First. One's above. That means there's only one site.
One's on door right here. He's right here. On door.
He's 75.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Oh wait, he can't Tubero if the Cade's on it, right? Or can he still? I've actually never tried that.
And it plays Magic the Gathering and buys packs, it's the same thing. 100%. 100%. But that's my point about everything is going on right now. Disney fans are really upset
They
at
need to
what's going
locate a
on
bomb.
with Epic Universe right now because Epic Universe is literally just crushing Disney. You've got the Nintendo stuff going on, and you've had people trying to pull Trump into it because when the Nintendo Switch 2 tariffs, when the
drone has
price
found a
came
bomb.
out for the Nintendo Switch 2, a bunch of weirdos tried to blame Trump for the prices. Nintendo today says the U.S. tariffs weren't factored into the $450 price tag of the Switch 2. I was told by very, very reliable, gender-confused weirdos that the reason that the Switch 2 was $450 was because of Orange Man Bad.
Insertion
That's
in
what
5
I was
seconds.
told. I was told by people that can't even tell you what.
Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Hey, can I borrow you, Sledge, to nade the bandits?
Drone! Drone ready.
Fuse, can you fuse above on the bandit?
One ping is Vigil.
I don't know who last is, but he had a C4 too. There's 2 on breach. Can you breach above?
Dog panel deployed.
Dog ready.
That was a fucking nasty shit.
Down to 1 friendly. Op 4 last stop standing.
Gender they are. I was told that they have determined that it's Trump's fault. My God. I mean, we are living in a wild world right now of absolute insanity. Now we've got.
Edit was
this
in
right
there,
here from Fox
Ace.
News.
Plant, just plant.
President Trump wants
Fake
a
plant him.
big deal.
Pros never fake. Watch. Bait him.
I can see into. Okay, he's speaking. He's speaking.
Opening bell as President Trump defends his new tariffs.
And as the world reacts, Trump
double
declaring
fake
the
plan?
U.S. will not be making a deal with China
Let's go!
unless the trade deficit is
He's
solved.
peeking you.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Ducey joins us with more.
I told you to fake plant, bro.
Busy.
Have been eliminated.
And then you know what? See, your teammates had a drone on him, and they didn't even ping him free. That's so trash there.
Squishiness on the tariffs from White House officials.
just
They can
did it
see
last
the corner
second.
of the screen. They know that Mark.
What's up with Peter Ducey's lisp all of a sudden? Am I just hearing that? We've heard Peter Ducey a lot. That was a very much lisp. Wow. One more time. What was that, Peter?
Correspondent Peter Ducey joins us with more. Peter, it's going to be a
Hey,
busy
boys, we got
day.
this, right?
Yes, and we are not sensing any squishiness on the tariffs from White House officials. They can see the corner of the screen. They know that market futures are dropping all around the world. But this is going in the bucket of short-term pain that they told us they thought was going
Secure
to
the
come with something worth it for a bigger long-term benefit.
When they look at the fact that we have $1 billion trade deficit, when you look at the trade
Op
deficit
4
that we
has
have
located a
with
bomb. Plan your
certain
defensive
countries,
accordingly.
way over $1 billion per country. With China, it's $1 trillion. And we have to solve our trade deficit. We have $1 trillion trade deficit with China.
So the big picture argument is still that the U.S. government could be basically bankrupt if businesses have that huge.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left.
Reinforcing the wall.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Loading new mag.
You will I deployed.
Setting up.
There's a few admin windows.
They tried hacking. They have a Brava. Bro, Nomad's 1. Doc, can I get a hit?
Yeah, if you come over.
Daddy, please.
don't swing this door, okay? Do not swing it.
You know what they say, swung or get swung, you know?
There's 2 on admin windows, 1 on the side, 1 on the double.
Impact out.
You're planning.
One's on vending machine. Vending machine.
1 friendly remaining.
One's on main breach, one's like long desk. Yeah, con desk. On playing crouch level. On that front desk.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Deficit to the benefit of other companies in other countries. And officials are claiming that these other countries are getting the point.
I got a report from the USTR last night that more than 50 countries have reached out to the president to begin a negotiation. But they're doing that because they understand that they bear a lot of the tariff. And so I don't think that you're going to see a big effect on the consumer in the U.S.
Now,
Protect the bombs.
My evil eye has your back. You're back. Okay. Beautiful evil eye. Impact.
Camera feed up and running.
Ooh. My evil eye ready to kill some Strombos.
10 seconds left. Down to 5 seconds. Keep an eye out for Op 4 attempting to defuse your bombs.
Reload camera ready to activate. Ooh. Close up! You're on! Camera ready to activate. Camera ready.
Ashenbuck are weak, like fucking joke, man. Yes, I think it's Ash.
There's 2 backside.
Be advised, Op 4 has located a bomb. One friendly operator remaining.
Damn, dude. 3-1.
Yeah.
Op 4 has deployed a diffuser. You need to destroy it. Located a diffuser. Destroy it.
You downed him.
One guy down the hallway to your right. One guy to your left.
Mission failed. All friendlies were eliminated.
Of course, I'm 1 point away from gold 4, and I get 2 kids going 1 and 4. It's peak siege right there.
Now, a lot of people got mad at me because I criticize little Ben Shapiro. Because people have said, Jeremy, he
saw that, right,
donated
dog?
to the Trump campaign. How can you be
Yeah.
critical of little Ben
2 of them,
Shapiro?
yeah, going 1 and 4.
Ben Shapiro.
2 rounds in a row, I get 2 kills. 1 round, I killed the guy planning when he was in smoke, and then someone else, and we still lose. How do we lose that? They're telling me not to peek. I'm the only one getting kills. Like, I wish someone else was in my stream just so they could fucking understand how dumb that is.
There you go.
They're telling me to peek because they're 1 and 4, not because I'll die.
Shapiro has TDS. He's not as bad as somebody like Angry Joe, but he has TDS. He has more of a mild case of TDS, and he's able to cover it up, but Ben Shapiro 100% has TDS. And for all the people that got mad because I criticized Ben, here you go.
Yesterday, President Trump declared that it was, in fact, Liberation Day, his giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally. Trump's reciprocal tariffs impose hundreds of billions of dollars in new taxes on Americans, be the largest tax increase since the Revenue Act of 1968. One of the biggest tax increases on American consumers in the history of America. And it's going to cost American consumers. It will cost American producers who use inputs from other countries. The Dow Jones Industrial Average plummeted immediately more than 1,000 points. The S&P 500 plummeted more than 3%. The NASDAQ plummeted almost 4.5%. There are real-world implications for this sort of stuff. Trade wars are, in fact, not good and not easy to win, particularly if you don't actually have a plan. It is predicated on a bad idea of how international trade works. A fundamental misunderstanding of trade deficits. Trade deficits are they're an accounting procedure. Trade deficits have pretty much nothing to do with the health of an economy. I can name you a period in American history where there was a fairly large surplus.
I love that Ben Shapiro is so mad about this. Spokesman for MCU Fan. I've seen some people question, where is MCU Fan? He has taken a break from destroying this chat. During this break, you are still not allowed to call him a simp nor mention him in super chats. Jeremy will be enforcing these rules. Have a blessed night. Holy crap. The fact that MCU Fan has a meme account called Spokesman for MCU Fan just shows that amazing legacy that you created, MCU Fan. I hope you're doing well. We haven't seen you in a while. That is phenomenal, and this is why
Secure the area.
the
Keep the
Snake
bombs
Pit
protected.
still is the best chat on the internet, and it's not even close.
Reloading!
Will! Proper 199 from Willie freaking Will. Holy crap. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well, Willie Will. I'm sorry that I haven't streamed in like 5 days, I think. So, but we're back, baby. We're back, and Willie Will with a proper 199. You know what that means, ladies and
Down to
gentlemen?
10 seconds.
You know what a proper 199 means. We all know what the proper 199
Down
means.
to 5 seconds.
We haven't played this clip in a while, so here we go. Right
Op 4 has
here.
located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
Nice, dude. That sounds like a fucking toilet.
That's basically what it is, dude. Body's fucking falling apart, dude. What do you expect? You think I'm gonna live to 30, dude?
That's best.
friendly operator remaining.
Holy fuck, that took a lot of bullets.
The long
Failed.
version.
All friendlies have been neutralized.
Should I do it?
Do not.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint.
So this is pretty crazy. I have friends, for example, who import products to the United States and then sell them. Why? Because they can't get the product in the United States. So, for example, I have a friend who's in the jewelry business. And this friend in the jewelry business imports products that are not capable of being manufactured or found in the United States from abroad. So it's not
Yeah,
like there's
more,
import
burrito
substitution you
boys,
just
though.
buy from an American. That's not how it works.
I made fish.
This, by the way, this
Made
company is
some
an American
Spanish
company.
mackerel.
You didn't make fish. You
The
cooked
tariff that
the
is now
bomb.
being applied to all of his imports is like 35, 40%.
Oh, yeah, you made
Those
the
prices
fish
will
when you
get
shit
passed
it out.
directly
Huh?
onto the consumer. Consumption goes down.
Fucking
Investment goes down because investors are freaked out because they're getting whipsawed like nobody's
What kind
business.
of fish, dog?
Again, I've talked
Jewelry business. You guys are going crazy.
Yeah.
all day
Yeah.
every day
Fucking
buying up.
rotate, dude.
And the number one thing that I was hearing
fuck
from
is that?
major investors is, I don't know what the hell.
Oh, you're right. You didn't get a kill. No wonder. Nice, dude.
10 seconds to insertion.
Heading up.
5 seconds.
Yeah. So Mira can't rotate
Op
to
4
her
has
mirror
located a
wall.
bomb. Get ready to engage.
Her mirror wall. That's fucking lit, dude. Dude, that's so sick, bro. Angry Left Man. It's a video game. Yeah, dude, and you know, this is called my time that you're wasting. So no, it's not. Yeah, like you're a fucking faggot, dude.
Damn.
Bro, you're 0-1, you're garbage at the game. No, yeah, because you're bad at the game. Can't even win a fucking gunfight.
Changing mag.
Friendly last
Yeah,
operator
nice.
standing.
Good job, dude. Good spatial awareness, bro. Yep. Yeah, all tough behind a fucking screen. Probably some little fucking
All
faggot where
friendlies were eliminated.
Whoa.
No, it's not that you will absolutely sell. You already are. It's currently happening. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Yeah. You're a little fucking bitch.
Where are they talking right now?
No, he's just typing in chat because he's gay.
Oh. You having fun yet, dog?
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Are you winning, son?
Located a bomb. Protect it.
Deploying mobile cover.
Can't win when you have fucking autists on your team, so I think the answer's clear.
Ready for company.
Tossing it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left.
Setting the welcome mat. Always room for more.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Laying out the welcome mat. Bomb wire is up. Loading new magazine!
One Op 4 remaining. Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Hell is going on? That was the #1 thing.
So now, good old Ned Yacht.
Go to the gym today?
Is, he's at the White House today, and look, this is what bothers me
Damn.
about like the pro-Israel versus the anti-Israel argument is so nonsensical. Trump, there's this video of Trump pulling the chair out for Netanyahu, okay? Every time that this clip shows up, everybody's like, it's because he's the real president. Trump is answering to the real president. No, this is what Trump does. Here's video of him doing it for the Prime Minister of India right here. Like, this is what Trump does. This nonsense that he's only doing it because Israel is in charge of America is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I see it all the time. And every single time that video goes up, I'm like, here we go again. My goodness. So it's absolutely ridiculous. Donald Trump is a leader. Donald Trump, when he's also a negotiator, and when he is working with someone that's willing to work with him, he's going to show them an unbelievable amount of respect. If you don't respect him, he's going to show you an unbelievable amount of disrespect. That is how he's always been. This is how he's always operated. It's how he's always going to operate. This is who he is. Okay? This is not breaking news to anyone. This is who Trump has always been.
Location and defuse it.
Swapping mags.
Ay, ay, ay.
Drone activated.
Drone activated.
And the narrative that gets spun is absolutely ridiculous from that perspective. Back to this video.
Israeli flag is hanging outside Blair House across the street. Bibi Netanyahu is here. We expect he and President Trump to talk about these tariffs. Even though the U.S. and Israel are the best of friends, Israel still got hit with 17% tariffs on Liberation Day. They tried to minimize the hit to them by reducing tariffs on U.S. imports to Israel to 0%. So we will see later on today at a joint press conference with Trump and Netanyahu whether or not other countries reducing their tariffs on the U.S. actually gets them out of it. Back to you.
Hey, Peter, is it your hunch that the president eventually wants to do a deal, but is pretending to get a better deal, pretending like he doesn't want one? For example, when Vietnam said, let's just zero out everything, he said, yeah, I'll get back to you.
Faggot teammates chalk 2 rounds in a row, so it's like... Fucking retard dies for free.
Wait, let me see that scoreboard again. I want to see where you are. Nice.
Bro, literally died, dude. I hope you fucking die. Like, actually, I hope you... Like, I'm not even joking. I hope you fucking die, bro. Literally get cancer. Fucking retard can't even win a gunfight and he's talking shit. Like, I don't even care about this fucking game anymore, dude. I'm done with you. Like, I don't fucking care.
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb.
Dude, this guy's so gay, dude.
Some harsh words you're saying there, dog. You want somebody to die over a video game?
Yeah, dude, I do.
Be advised your drone has located a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion.
What am I gonna call out when you guys die? Like, in the first 2 rounds, you guys died before they even got on the fucking building. You can't fucking call shit out there.
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
There's nothing to call out.
Claymore ready.
Oh.
Swapping mags! Drone's ready.
Yeah. Ooh.
Op 4 last operator standing.
Claymore deployed.
You must recover the diffuser.
Reload!
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
And Israel said something very similar? Or do you think the president just is going to hold firm, bring manufacturing back, get the tariff revenue, and let the market do what the market does? Do you know what's going on? Are we trying to get a deal?
It seems like he does want a deal, but not a little deal. He wants a big deal that would guarantee the financial health of the United States government and U.S. companies for generations to come. If they make a deal now, the thought here is it's not going to have the same impact as if you make sure that the whole world knows you are serious and that you will sit by and watch the stock market drop and drop and drop.
He's not going to. People are hoping that he backs off of this, and he's not. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here. I don't operate with stock markets. I've never been about that. So I'm not here to pretend that I'm an expert like everybody is on Twitter all of a sudden and everybody understands, because essentially what these people do is they Google a couple of videos, they YouTube a couple of videos, they Google a couple of articles, they get a few talking points, and they just kind of repeat with their own spin what they found out in the last hour, basically. Or you could just be like me and say, I don't follow this particularly, so what I know is that I voted for a man
10 seconds to go.
who said that he was going to tariff the fuck out of all of the countries that are
5
ripping us
seconds to
off.
go.
That's what he said in his.
Wait, do you use an alias because your fucking KD's so bad and people talk shit every time? Is that why?
Reloading.
You located a bomb.
So you paid money and you're spending time to waste your time and money? Is that how that works? It's pretty interesting. It's a good strat. Yeah, you mean a gay operator that takes no skill? Yeah, I'm not
Drone's up and
surprised.
running. Drone's ready.
Ay, ay, ay.
Setting up a sequential breach.
Ah, fuck.
Blast area!
Ah, my fuck.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Campaign over and over and over again. Anyone trying to do any spin on this to say that Trump supporters are so upset right now, no, they're not. No Trump supporter is upset. Trump supporters are not upset at all. This is literally what Trump ran on. He kept saying his favorite word, the most beautiful word, was tariff. He said this over and over and over again. So I am going to trust the President of the United States. Now, there was a question in terms of, let me see. Let me go back to Joe's tweet towards me really quick, because what's interesting is right here. So here's my tweet, and then if you go to Joe's tweet, and he says, Jeremy, it's so fascinating following you through this, as long as it's Daddy Trump that's doing it, right? You both you and I know if it was anyone else in charge, you'd be screaming bloody murder about it. So, Joe, we're going to use your argument, okay? Your argument is that if anyone else was doing what Trump was doing, I would be upset. So let's pretend in this hypothetical world that you're
Drone
correct.
has located a bomb.
Let's pretend that Joe Biden is the president. And Joe Biden said, we are being ripped off by countries, and we have been
10
getting
seconds
ripped
to go.
off by countries for decades in trade. We are tired of the United
5
States
seconds.
being ripped off. We're also going to build a wall, and we're going to deport
Located a
all
bomb.
illegal
Make your way to
immigration.
its location and defuse it.
Frag grenade out.
Mine deployed!
Bringing hell online. Boosting it.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Go on, ready.
It's
Op 4 eliminated.
We're also going to make America first. We're also going to end endless wars. You think I would be upset if Joe fucking Biden was saying that? No! Joe Biden would never fucking say that. However, Democrats back in the day with Bill Clinton and even a younger Barack Obama and even a Senator Joe Biden actually said most of these things 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's on record. And no one had a problem with it then. But suddenly they have a problem with it now. Isn't that amazing how that works? So no, I wouldn't have a problem if another leader was in this position and was doing the same things that Trump was doing. If someone said, hey, we need to get all illegal immigrants out of this country.
Secure the bombs. Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
Swapping back. Empress, I'm homing close.
10 seconds left.
Clipping needle.
5 seconds to insertion. Bomb located by Op 4.
Reload! Changing mag! Planting toxins.
Barrier activated.
Two out.
Mag.
Two on ping. Just two ping.
Cover me.
Loading mag.
Op 4, last operator standing.
Keep our barrier on.
Protected.
Hey, we need to make sure America's first. Hey, we need to make sure America stops getting ripped off. Hey, we need to end wars. Hey, we need to do... No, I wouldn't be upset at all. But it would never happen. That's the point. It would never happen. So there you go.
15
There's
seconds
your
left.
answer. if you're interested, Joe, which
Friendly
you probably
victorious.
won't want
Hostiles eliminated.
because you're only looking for Twitter points when you want to react to me. I never respond to his tweets. I can't tell you the last time I responded to Joe's tweets because I don't care. He can cry about Trump all day long, but he has to be very upset because he doesn't like that I support Trump. Eric K says Bondi and Cash need to do something, make some arrests, let the information out. If it's being withheld from them, hold those accountable. I'm pretty sure there was a fake story going around the other day about Cash Patel that got a lot of traction and a lot of people reacted to. Stream Hero says, a while back I used Grok to turn you into a woman, but I never had the chance to ask you what you thought of that or if you wanted to show it on stream. I get memes so much. The only one I remember is the Sydney Sweeney picture that I posted. So I get memes so much I don't even know. I mean, Jesus, look at this right here. Look at this. Look at this. So you had Mighty. Look at this. Damage Sector made me Angry Joe. And then he made me Mighty Keith. He turned me into Mighty Keith. I'm like, bro, stop it. Stop. All right? However, when he made me Mighty Keith, I said, bruh. And he said, would you prefer Angry or Angry Prom? I was like, maybe a little better. God. Oh, boy. It is what it is, though. Woo! Kyle T says the left wants me to be upset with Trump. All I know is that there is no universe where voting in Kamala Harris would have made anything better. I agree completely. Earthbound Ian says, I have said this to my dad ever since November 5th. Dad, we truly did break these people. They are broken. 100%. 8 o'clock says, I'm not going to stop buying my Japanese manga, books, or Korean games with big budgets. Trump had to rip this Band-Aid eventually to make America great. I agree. It's going to take time. People are going to be uncomfortable. And that is the necessary process in order to get things done. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Trump is doing Trump is the only person that can do what he's doing right now. He's the only person that has the experience, has the know-how, and has the resolve to actually go through with it and take the heat that comes along with all of this. He's the only one. Black Kane says, I don't have a phone. I'm sending this via 12 raccoons attached to a car battery transmitted through a homemade aluminum foil antenna. I know, like, I've always said this about it, like I remember when I said that I was not going to see Solo a Star Wars story when I was on Geeks and Gamers when I first started making videos over there. And I said back then, people were like, because essentially what had happened was the left-wing Star Wars fans accused me of starting the boycott for Solo. And I had to make a video. I was like, I don't organize boycotts. I don't call for boycotts. I call for
Secure the bomb.
people to use their individual decisions to do what they want with their money, what they think is best. And I don't think that they have to answer to me or anyone else, because everybody has their decisions they have to make. Everybody. So I urged the Disney Star Wars fans that were mad at me for not going to see Solo, I urged them to buy 2 tickets to offset me, if that's what they choose to do, because I don't care what you do with your money. And the same applies to anything else. So for anybody trying to tell me that I shouldn't do something, and then I just go, you have an iPhone or an Android. You have some type of smart device that you're typing from right now. You have no moral superiority to stand on telling me or anyone else what to buy and what not to buy. Because once you enter that, then I'm going to...
Camera in position.
Changing mags!
Op 4, last stop standing.
Oh.
Barbecue, barbecue.
Friendly is victorious.
Gonna have to call
Hostiles
you out.
eliminated.
Okay, well you must get rid of
Damn,
products that I don't
literally
like.
one HP.
You must get rid of products that I don't support. It's nonsense. It's a leftist tactic. You are not supposed to make sure that people do exactly as you do. It's a leftist tactic to demand. I demand you do this. Fuck off. That's always the response. It's a leftist tactic. Dio Brando says, I don't even know what you're trying to say there. Was that in reference to Benny Boy, maybe? Timo Obama for $1, thank you. Jupiter Knight says, hey, Simpy, mixed simp, MCU fan, you need to come back. Savvy learns to cook for $1. Schrodinger's chat says, coming to you on my $200 unlocked Android phone on a
Secure
Mint
the area.
Mobile
Keep the
account
bombs
that only
protected.
costs me $15 a month. Works just fine. Screw Apple, hell the 199.
Take some trauma pain.
I am all about that. I don't like my hatred of Apple has nothing to do with them as a business. It has to do with I hate their UI. I despise Apple's UI. Look, they're a shitty business. So is Google. So is Samsung. So is Nintendo. So is Microsoft. So is Sony. They're all shitty companies in their own way. That's just the bottom line. They're all shitty. But I just hate Apple's UI. I can't stand it.
10
But
seconds.
that's my point. Stephen Moore Taylor says, as a Jew, I'm not surprised Ben has
5
a
seconds
friend
and
who's
counting.
a jeweler. I know he's a member of my tribe, but I can't stand Ben.
Keep an eye out for Op 4 attempting to defuse
This
the bomb.
door is secured!
Drone array.
Wall secured!
Bull window.
Wall fortified!
Op 4, last stop standing. Be advised, Op 4 located a bomb.
Wow, that was
Friendly
horrible
victorious.
aim.
Hostiles eliminated.
Plus, I didn't get the memo of running the World Banks, so I'm poor as hell. Well, I appreciate the support. Dio Brando says, the jewelry business, what? Eric K says, Jeremy always thought the stock market was where he could buy NASCAR labeled food. McCock says, MCU fan is a knee girl.
That's crazy.
Fig. Yankees fan. There we go.
Yeah, you there, though?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Madney
The guy that
says,
was talking shit last game
chances are
had
he
a
won't.
.86 KD.
But if
Exactly what I was
Down.
saying.
invades Iran, I will apologize for
Using
voting
an
for him
alias
for the rest of my
becomes
life.
garbage.
Also, Angry Toe is
Dude, like, I
fat
literally
from
said that
too
in
many
real
dicks. Oh, don't be mean to him. Don't be mean to him.
Secure the area.
Vault
Keep the
95
bombs
says Jeremy is
protected.
gay. Sent from my iPhone. Oh yes, how much I've missed being called gay by 2,000 people.
Did someone get top hatch?
That was the thing I missed the most. I gotta say that was the best part of not streaming. Is like, hey, I didn't get called gay by 2,000 people for a fucking year straight. Olympian Products says, I demand that Jeremy not start OnlyFans.
Be
Philip
advised,
Butler
Op 4
says,
found a bomb.
I'm old enough to remember John McCain singing "Bomb, bomb, 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 Iran." Good old John McCain. Dom
10 seconds
H
left.
with 5 gifted membership. Let's freaking go, Dom.
5 seconds.
Wall
insertion.
secured!
Let's return back to this and see what they have to say.
Drop day after day.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
Try and flank laundry. Can.
Swapping mags.
Bucks on one ping upstairs in laundry.
Tell me up.
Nice.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission successful.
Day after day to get to a better deal, bigger and better deal down the line. Will it work? I don't know, but it does seem like that is the goal, and there is no. It hasn't even been a week since Liberation Day.
Oh, I gotta show you this real quick before
why
we
take your-
continue. This just came in right here. Breaking: the U.S. Supreme Court has sided with President Trump. Deportations of violent
Need to use your
gang
drone to
members
locate a
to
bomb.
resume. This may be the largest win for the administration to date. SCOTUS says Trump is justified in using Alien Enemies Act to deport foreign invaders, slapping down rogue activist judges, finally deport them all. So is Angry Joe going to say,
Your drone has found a bomb.
Jeremy,
Vigil.
if Joe Biden was doing this, would you be cheering? Yes. Absolutely. Of course I would be cheering if Joe Biden was deporting illegal immigrants
seconds to
that are
insertion.
criminals. How could I not cheer that? Good
Insertion in
Lord.
5 seconds.
Of course.
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Drone activated. Negro!
You must recover the diffuser.
Activating shock drone.
Changing mags.
diffuser has been recovered. Last operator. One friendly operator remaining.
Let's go, baby.
Op 4
Yo, a
eliminated.
cav that actually flanks? Bro, thank you. Bro, a cav that actually listened. That's actually insane.
It's such a ridiculous thing. Like,
Real shit. If I
Joe
do get
Biden
plat,
or
which
Kamala Harris
hopefully I do,
or Barack Obama
I'm legit not
was doing
playing just so I
exactly
don't,
what Donald
just
Trump
so I can
was
actually
doing.
get the
You're
Trump.
telling me I would have a problem with that? Are you fucking
Like I'm just gonna
kidding
sit
me?
on it.
You've got to be crazy. Mexican Iron
We're
Man
gonna
says
go
today's
for Emerald.
SCOTUS allows Trump to enforce Alien
Solo?
Enemies Act
Dude,
for
I
rapid
don't think that's
deportations. Let's deport more migrants. You know
No,
what?
maybe I could,
Hail
like,
fearless
get lucky
leader
and get
Jeremy
on some
Hail the
good
199. Yes, just what we're talking about right there. Fennel Floyd says the so-called experts that get everything wrong are freaking out about tariffs.
Me neither.
Listen to them. Why? Exactly. And of course, I've got a video to talk about with Jim Cramer here in a minute because he declared that today was going to be Black Monday. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here we go.
Your foot off the gas now seems to be the thinking.
Thank you so much, Peter. Interesting that he says
Good stuff, Peter.
don't take your foot off the gas because gas prices are down, oil prices are down. Scott Bessent was talking about that over the weekend. Donald Trump says the U.S. has $7 trillion of committed investments with the auto plants, with chip companies and other types of businesses. And his prediction is the tariffs will bring an additional $1 trillion and companies will be building and manufacturing here in the U.S. He names places like North Carolina, Detroit, and Illinois.
Yeah, and Truth Social moments ago, Trump says oil prices are down, interest rates are down. The slow-moving Fed should cut rates. Food prices are down, there's no inflation, and the long-time abused USA is bringing billions of dollars a week from abusing countries that are on tariffs that are already in place. This despite the fact that the biggest abuser of them all, China, whose markets are crashing, just raised its tariffs by 34% on top of its long-term ridiculously high tariffs, plus not acknowledging my warning.
How can you be upset about this? How can you be upset about this?
For abusing countries not to retaliate. They've made enough for decades, taking advantage of the good old USA. Our past leaders are to blame for allowing this and so much else to happen to our country. Make America great again. It has been less than a week since this happened, but obviously the markets have shown a tremendous reaction. We knew this was going to happen. And, you know, you have to look at this and figure Donald Trump is playing a very high-stakes game, as we were just talking about it a minute ago. We've never seen a politician who's willing to endure this kind of pain in order to get something done.
That is the point right there. This is why Trump is better than everyone, and he can get things done that no one else can get done because you have.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Your game crashed.
Damn, dude.
Or almost did.
So where are you gonna get? Oh, okay. I was like, are you gonna get a loss for that, or?
Insertion in 5 seconds.
You have to be a next level individual to endure.
You've located a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
Like they say to go to the task manager, but there's nothing abnormal when I go to it.
You have dropped the diffuser.
This is crazy, bro. Does this translate over on stream?
What do you mean?
Like, can you see how much I'm fucking skipping?
The diffuser is now secured.
Yeah, I think so.
You must recover the diffuser. One friendly operator remaining.
It's doing it again?
Yeah, I can barely even walk. I somehow got a kill. Wow, I actually snapped right onto him and then I died. Yeah.
Hey, Rocketron. Hey, Rocketron. Hey, Rocketron, can you mute your mic, please?
Can I what?
Can you mute your mic?
You need to use your drone to locate a bomb. Drone has located a bomb. Ten seconds to go. 5
He's telling
seconds
me
to
it's their
insertion.
ping issue at 20 ping.
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
RET active. Sweeping perimeter. RED active. If it runs on batteries, I see it. RED active. If it runs on batteries, I see it. Scanning for electronics. Detected a bomb. Reloading! RET active. Sweeping perimeter.
You must recover the diffuser.
It's just you and me now.
Friendly last operator standing. We have been eliminated.
Like, I need to send this fucking game to Ubisoft and tell them, yeah, you're not taking LP away from me. This happens on not a single other game.
I have a fucking blender in my room. Fucking hell.
Your drone has found a bomb.
2% GPU. That's crazy. Man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so the game just froze.
Damn, dude, your PC is a fucking piece of shit.
Insertion. 5 seconds. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Why do these things happen, dog?
There is a God. I must have done something bad in my past life.
Yeah, dude, you were Hitler in your past life.
No bullshit. I probably was. Like for this to happen to me, dude.
Yeah, dude, I can sense the hatred in your blood. It's still lingering after all those shenanigans.
Endure what he is having to endure.
You know, Brock,
in order to
from
get
what I read about that Hitler guy, he seemed like a real jerk, dude.
Wait, can your game crash due to lag, like internet?
Well, I know, you know the times where I just like get kicked when we try to start a game?
Yeah, but that's not your game crashing though.
Well, it's a matchmaking error. It just brings me back to the main menu. I don't know. Suspended.
Dude, I can't even fucking join back, dude. Okay, I'm gonna, yo, don't talk. I'm gonna screen record this. So this game that fucking runs horribly for no reason on low settings on a 4070 Super, the best gaming processor on the planet. It still chugs, it still drops frames, kicks, hard crashes my piece, the game hard crashes, and then when I load the game back, I can't join back for some reason, and I'm sanctioned from playing ranked for 60 minutes. So the game kicks me, doesn't allow me to join back, and now I'm being penalized for it. I'm gonna lose LP. How is that my fault for a shitty game? But if someone at Ubisoft sees this, they're not gonna be like, okay, something actually went wrong. We're gonna give you back your LP that you didn't deserve to lose. They're just gonna say, that's what happens. See, I can't join back. It says play, and I can. I'm sanctioned for 60 minutes from ranked and standard. Okay, so I have to go play quick play. So the game doesn't want me. So not only is it screwing me over, but it's screwing my teammates over. My 4 teammates that are now screwed over because the game is garbage. So now also, I've been taken LP from just because apparently there was a hacker in the game. Which isn't my problem, that's the game's problem, but it still takes LP away from me. I have everything on low except for shadows and maybe one other thing that's either on medium or high. 1 or 2 fucking options. Fucking joke, dude. What a fucking joke, dude.
Yo, dog, I hear something.
Bro, real shit, man. Holy fuck. Like, holy, dude. Yo, I'm gonna put at Ubisoft in the title of the stream.
Damn, dude. Yeah. No, you should have mentioned how gay the dishonorable system is or whatever.
Yeah, no, but that's for a rant though. That was for like a 1-minute clip that I'll actually send them on Twitter.
Damn.
Ubisoft. Dude, what a fucking joke, dude. It's funny because I just went 8-0 in a ranked game. And then it puts me in a game that kicks me. So my PC, it's crazy. My PC's working fucking perfectly. Probably doesn't even drop below 140 frames for a whole entire game, for the whole fucking day today. And then it just magically starts happening. And dude, I would understand if it happens on Assetto, but dude, I can run Assetto that looks beautiful, and every time I go to the frame page or whatever, like the settings page, it's always at 239. Like it consistently is like 237 to 240 FPS for a game that looks good, and you're driving at 200 miles an hour, and it's still processing shit properly.
Yeah, I know it's bullshit, man. I feel you.
Like this game is it's like Call of Duty. It's so fun, but it can be objectively garbage at the same time.
Yeah.
Like MW2, MW3, even a bit of Black Ops 2, objectively can be terrible if some mechanics are introduced. Like, have you ever in Modern Warfare 3? You remember Last Stand?
I never got that one.
I know, but I'm gonna explain it. So there was a what was it? Final Stand or Last Stand in MW2, where you'd go down, and you could get back up if no one killed you while you were down. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
So in MW3, what they did, because they're fucking retarded, is they had you go down, but instead of you being able to get back up or you being able to shoot, they gave you a C4 that was like 4 or 5 times the blast radius. So it was literally like a Predator missile going off if you die.
Yeah.
So like that's like an objectively bad an actually bad mechanic of the game. But if you didn't have to deal with that, it was fine. But with this, there's so much bullshit, and then I have to deal with that. I'm getting I'm gonna lose LP. I have what? I have 29 LP right now, or RP they call it in this game, and it's gonna go down to what, maybe 10 or 15 or something. Now, if I lost normally, I'd still be pissed, but it would at least.
I think that's gonna fuck with your reputation as well, right?
Probably.
Yeah. You're in dishonorable now. They put you in dishonorable, dude.
Well, yeah, my negative units went up by 6 because of that, I guess.
So ranked is locked off?
Yo. Take this in. Remember when I said if I get to platinum, I'm going to stop playing the game? The game right after that happens.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that's crazy. Okay. Like, yeah, that's probably a coincidence, but dude, that's such a consistent coincidence with this game that it has, like, either someone is watching me play, This game is like coded to fuck certain people over. Like it chooses like random people, and it just the whole entire 10-year lifespan of the game is to screw people over.
That's fucked up.
Like the one thing I would never do is purposely leave a ranked game. And I've probably TK'd maybe 2 or 3 people in ranked games, and that's usually because they're already 0-6.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't really matter. So it's like the last thing I'll do is do something purposely to fuck my team over, because if my team is being fucked over, then I'm gonna lose LP. So I don't like. It doesn't. Like if I'm gonna win the game and I have fucking Kathleen Kennedy on the other team, I'm gonna try to win the game still.
Nice.
Even if they benefit from it, I don't care because I benefit from it.
Yeah.
But no, the game kicks me.
That's fucked up, man.
I'll play. I don't even know. I'll play one
You
game.
don't even have to play. You don't have to play this game.
No, I want to play one game and see if it actually runs better. If it doesn't, Well, either way, I'm gonna stop playing. So.
Yeah.
I think that timer stays on, or I think it pauses if you get off the game. So I think I actually have to play for an hour if I. Yeah, it's still running like shit. Does anyone in this lobby know why my PC lags when I play this game on low settings? Just randomly, like one game it could be perfect, and then the next game my game hard crashes.
R6. It's a complete dog shit game.
Yo, this guy's sick. Yep, I agree with you. You're getting commended after the game. What's your name? I3? Alright.
Yeah, barcode 3 and I3.
Wait, what did he say? I had
He
it.
said this is a dog shit game, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh man. W answer, by the way.
I'm sure everybody gets it, even with like the highest end computer.
Because I have a 4070 Super. I have now the second best gaming processor in the world. Doesn't lag on any other game.
5 seconds
This game,
before insertion.
it lags. Unreal. Low settings.
Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it.
Here, you see that?
Oh man.
You see how smooth it is now since I'm not playing ranked?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I don't get that.
Okay, I'm gonna screen record this as well.
Sending out RCE.
As you can, I'm gonna send this to them too. See how beautiful it's running right now? Hasn't dropped under 144 yet. Yo, that's actually insane. I go from ranked. Now I'm banned from playing ranked for an hour, and I come to a quick match, and it's running perfectly. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. It still hasn't dipped under 144.
The diffuser is no longer in your possession.
That's when you know it's not a computer issue. It's 100% a game issue.
Down to one
100%. Still hasn't dipped under 144. Oh, 143. $143. Yeah, that's an average of 144. Dude, that is crazy.
It's fucked up.
And I'm in dishonorable now because the game kicked me.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
You know, it's kind of those things where you know it's the end.
What do you mean? You know, it's the.
Like, you know the game's chalked.
You still want to get platinum on this game, even though it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to explain that to me, man.
Well, like I said, the game
It's like
is
I'm not gonna
garbage.
waterboard myself with a game that I hate.
I don't know, maybe it's the competition part, the goal part. Basically, because the mechanics on its own in the game is actually, like, relatively decent. It's just the matchmaking is garbage. It's horrifically optimized. Wonder if I could guess I'll clip that for my stream when I'm lagging really bad. Hold on. I wanna get the guy who said that I was lagging, like, with internet. Yeah, because if it was my internet, my game wouldn't have crashed, it would just kick me from the game. Oh, I can just go back on my stream and check what his name was. Hold on, give me a sec. E10 or 15 or something? Now, if I lost normally, I'd still. Can you hear a lot of background noise?
No, not really.
So film the crack or some shit. wish I could send people messages without adding them. Oh, so I lose 20 LP actually. I thought I was going to lose maybe 10 or 15. I lose 20 though. So I'll go down to 9 probably. Actually, check. So yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll start Minecraft. I'll start a game that actually fucking works. Yo, dog, you there?
Yeah.
Guess if I learned anything tonight, it's to not let that game here that you want to get back to platinum.
I guess so.
Overwhelming, like you.
Minecraft, the movie, continues to defy all expectations. It's out of control. We heard that it was overperforming big time, and then the actuals came in, and it's even more than anticipated. It's a huge success. People are loving it. The Rotten Tomatoes audience score right here, 88%. If you click on the all audience score, it's even 86%, so it's virtually the same, and people are loving it. As I said in my video, I went to see the movie. I didn't really like it. I didn't hate it, but it's not really for me. And but it's dumb fun at best. But it doesn't matter what I think because the people have spoken and the people are loving this movie right now. Box office numbers came in 163 million domestically and 313 million globally.
On the stream?
This movie is potentially going to be heading for $1 billion easily, and maybe beyond that. It could be the highest grossing movie of the year when it's all said and done. It is a massive success. But there's a little bit of controversy that is surrounding the film. And, well, let me say controversy. It's more so like it's pretty funny to me. But it is a story that's out there. A streamer named Valkyrae reveals that she was cut from a Minecraft movie, adding, "I would much rather not have that 30 seconds than be sued. So it's all good, okay? It's all good." Now, I've seen her around on social media and things like that. I would say she's probably best known for being a video game streamer. She's been part of some esports groups and everything like that. I don't have anything against her. I mean, she's obviously an attractive girl, and that's one of the main reasons she's very popular. Hot girl privilege is a thing, and I respect that. I got nothing against that at all. But this story is going around right here. Was Valkyrae cut from the Minecraft movie for her comments? What comments do you, what comments is it that she said? What do you think? Well, we're going to listen to those comments right here. So here we go.
Okay, next question.
They're good.
Worst celebrity or streamer experience? You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name.
Now, if you look at how she said that, like, I will say the name, there's some attitude right there. There's 100% some attitude of, like, arrogance of, like, I will say the name. And just listen to how this whole thing plays out.
Okay, next question.
They're good.
Worst celebrity or streamer experience? You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name. Ooh. Okay.
Who's the asshole? Who's the fucking asshole?
Okay. Okay. It's already out anyways, whatever. What?
Oh, it's a he.
Yes. How do I say this? So Minecraft movie. I have a cameo in the Minecraft movie, you know.
Not anymore.
Jason Momoa?
Aquaman?
I just saw him like mistreat some of the crew, and it was.
Define mistreat, please. Define mistreat. Yelling at them because they weren't doing their job. Is that mistreating? Like, did he clothesline somebody? Did he body slam somebody? Because clearly that would be mistreatment. But getting onto someone for not doing their job, I need a definition of what mistreating is.
Pretty disappointing. It was after a very intense scene, and it was a very emotional scene, so maybe he was still in character. I don't know, but I just was kind of surprised by how he treated, like, some of the crew, and it...
Well, if you don't know, then maybe you shouldn't be making assumptions, because clearly you just said you don't know. So why are you making assumptions? Now, you clearly wanted to be in this movie. I have no problem with that. But why are you talking about one of the big stars of the film when you don't even know the whole story? That makes no sense to me.
Damn.
It was like,
what would he do? Like he said, give me a fucking coffee.
he was just like, he was just really mad at them that they weren't doing something right. The way it was like setting up like the shot and stuff, and like he was just angry, like really mad and like yelling. And so I was like, man, this is like not a good work environment. Like I would not be happy working under these conditions.
Damn.
So yeah, I would probably have to say that was probably like the worst like celebrity thing I've seen.
Wow,
You know what a turret is for a castle, right? I told you what that is. It's like one
It's
of
like the pointy thing, right?
yeah, like the cylinder with the pointy roof. You think this is you think I should make it a bigger circumference than this circle here?
I actually don't know how big it is.
That sounds like absolutely nothing. But you decided to talk about it, and now you have found yourself not in a potential billion-dollar film. And she did make a statement today talking about it. And again, like I said, I have no reason to have anything against her. I don't know her. I've seen her around on social media. She's probably someone that would hate my guts because I'm a Trump supporter, and I am a Trump supporter. So she probably would hate my guts just on that alone, so we'd have to qualify that. But I don't know. I don't have anything against her, but she's definitely mishandled this situation.
As for the Minecraft movie, let's just say, I'm not gonna touch too much on it, but as much as you guys saw the other creators that were in it would have been the equal amounts that you saw me in it, which is like 30 seconds, so it's okay. I would much rather not have that 30 seconds than be sued. So, it's all good, okay? It's all good. It really was a wonderful 10 days in New Zealand for that 30 seconds, and I'm really glad I got to visit New Zealand. But, I feel like things could have been so much worse.
Well, that's not what you said, though. I mean, you literally said it's the worst celebrity experience you've ever had, and you made Jason Momoa sound like a horrible person. Now, I'm no fan or hater of Jason Momoa. I can give or take him. I enjoyed him in Aquaman and Game of Thrones, and all. It's fine. But if Jason Momoa turns out to be a D-bag on set, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, are we talking like Christian Bale level freak out? Because if that was the case, I'd probably be a bigger fan of Jason Momoa, because Christian Bale's freak out on Terminator Salvation is one of the most legendary things of all time. And if you were upset at Jason Momoa, could you imagine what she would be going through if she heard Christian Bale's legendary freak out?
Look, G, you got fucking something to say to this prick? Well, somebody should be fucking watching and keeping an eye on him. This is the second time that he doesn't give a fuck about what is going on in front of the camera. All right? I'm trying to fucking do a scene here, and I'm going, why the fuck is Shane walking in there? What is he doing there? Do you understand my mind is not in the scene if you're doing that? Get off the fucking set, man. For fuck's sake. Right, let's go again. Let's not take a fucking minute. Let's go again! And let's not have you fucking walking in!
When you order fresh and reliable groceries from Voila, you spend less time worrying about shopping and more time doing.
You know what I mean? So, that's all I'm gonna say about it, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But, no, it's okay. It's honestly okay. It's not even.
Somebody in the chat said the movie will flop anyways. Okay.
It's not even Minecraft. It's not even their fault. Don't even worry. Don't worry. No, the movie did not suck. I thought it was good. I actually thought it was good. I was kind of surprised that some people didn't like it. I thought it was really good. They had a lot of Easter eggs. Cat? Did you guys watch it?
Oh.
I think. Wait, really? Nah, you guys are trolling. You guys are trolling because you're trying to like make me feel better. But I thought it was. Like it's a cute Minecraft movie.
She probably does regret this, and I can be sympathetic to that. I just think that, you know, like the way she acted here, especially like how she acted right here when she said, "Oh, I'll name him," right here.
You don't have to say the name.
I will say the name.
You know, it's like, what are you doing? This is why so many YouTubers, you know, don't get more of a shot, because they bring that TikTok attitude into a situation. They don't have any grasp of the real world. And Valkyrie's a huge streamer. She's massively successful. She's got millions and millions of subscribers. You know, tens of thousands of people watching her on Twitch. She's been part of big esports, you know, gaming groups and everything like that. She's a massive, massive streamer that probably does not kind of grasp the real world anymore. And that's just the reality of the situation. But I saw somebody like this, just a friendly reminder that Jason Momoa directly or indirectly cut out Valkyrie, an actual gamer's cameo from the Minecraft movie, for criticizing him for being disrespectful towards the staff. Tired of seeing these insecure ass men on screen. There you go. There you go. So, that's the type of narrative that's going to be out there. Like I said, I think she probably does regret this. She seems like a genuinely kind of a sweet person, but also, like I said, she's in a world that I think that she would 100% denounce me in a second if she knew who I was, because that's the world she's from. She's in that that echelon Twitch streamer group that they hate anyone that doesn't align with their ideology and their worldview. While I'm sitting here knowing that she probably doesn't align with mine, and I'm still trying to be as sympathetic to her as possible, but ultimately she did it to herself. So, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Minecraft movie is...
You still don't remember? You still don't remember that song? That is from that like anime that you told me to play a while back. That I used to play when I would build Lego. You there, Doug?
Where we need to go and get the things done that need to get done. Listen to this one more.
And, you know, you have to look at this and figure Donald Trump is playing a very high-stakes game, as we were just talking about it a minute ago. We've never seen a politician who's willing to endure this kind of pain in order to get something done. And it makes you think that Trump really probably does want something big.
I think that's why he's doing it in the
Right.
beginning of the administration.
But I just look at Bill Ackman, who's a very successful businessman and firmly in Trump's court. He has this long post today, and he says, Mike, the country...
I have to be reminded of this because I feel like Bill Ackman was a very late bloomer to the Trump train in 2024, but I could be wrong about that. But I feel like he was a late bloomer. And this is why I don't really put a lot of stock into the late bloomers of jumping on the MAGA train, because they're so emotionally unstable when it comes to politics that it's like one little thing means they're going to jump off and freak out and lose their minds.
He's 100% behind the president and is fixing the tariff system and helping this country who's been taken advantage of. He goes through all that. So far, in many ways, so good. He said, but when markets begin to crash, new investment stops, consumers stop spending, businesses have no choice but to curtail investment and fire workers. It is not just the big companies that will suffer. Small and medium-sized businesses and entrepreneurs will experience a greater pain. He wants a pause to it to send a message to cut deals. So that's somebody who's firmly in his court. Elon Musk said, why don't we just zero everything out with Europe? And then, of course, he has a fight with Peter Navarro online. So there's a lot of smart people, many of which are Trump allies, who are getting nervous about all this. Kevin Hassett was taking the fire yesterday. The Treasury Secretary was taking the fire yesterday. Kevin Hassett's going to be with us today because so far the market not happy.
And he said yesterday there are 50 countries that have already contacted the administration to do deals.
I just don't know if the president wants to return their calls. I don't know. So, and they were kind of, Lutnick was a little different from Hassett, a little different from the Treasury Secretary, Bessent. So I just wonder if they should get on the same page.
But of course, the big thing to remember, though, is that this is precisely what Donald Trump said he was going to do, which is always a shock when a politician does that. And it's what he's been saying for literally decades, that this is what needs to be done to save the American economy.
And I'll just bring up this. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, you have to just let him do what he's going to do. Give him some time because he is a businessman. He's a billionaire. He knows what he's doing. And when does America say, we're tired of paying the most? We're tired of paying and paying and paying and doing what every administration has done. When do we say we're standing up for ourselves and we're going to make free and fair trade? If you're charging us this amount, we're going to charge you that amount.
It's great. This is awesome. And he came out with a new word today that describes people that are freaking out over this. Trump and his words, man. It's so good. Here we go.
Don't be a panican. President Trump coining a new phrase as he sticks to his guns on tariffs, telling Wall Street and regular folks to be strong, courageous, and patient as their 401ks took a roller coaster in the stock market. The president promising, if you are patient, greatness will be the result.
That's right. Alec Baldwin's finger for a big 50 gifted memberships.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
Hail ABF. Good to see you, brother. Ministry of Wrong Things says people don't understand. Trump put himself in a win-win. Either countries take off the tariffs or the market sell off leads to mass futures buying. Triggered the Fed to drop interest and inflation. He is a brilliant strategist and businessman. This is what he does. And he is going to put himself and America in the best position possible. This is what he does.
At the same time, President Trump also says that he could be ready to talk and cut deals with over 180 nations that he tariffed, meeting earlier with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for his first meeting with a world leader since the tariffs launched.
It can both be true. There can be permanent tariffs, and there can also be negotiations, because there are things that we need beyond tariffs. We're going to get fair deals and good deals with every country, and if we don't, we're going to have nothing to do with them. They're not going to be allowed to participate.
Yeah!
In the United States. It's the only chance our country will have.
Okay, I have missed retards. Trump is going to resign after this, D-Day Cobra. Okay.
To reset the table. Because no other president would be willing to do what I'm doing or to even go through it. Now, I don't mind going through it because I see a beautiful picture at the end. Tariffs will make this country very rich.
Team Trump working overtime to tame the tariff beast, with administration officials saying over 50 countries have reached out to make deals.
More than 50 countries have reached out to the president to begin a negotiation.
There doesn't have to be a recession.
Army of millions and millions of human beings screwing in little screws to make iPhones. That kind of thing is going to come to America. It's going to be automated, and great Americans, the trade craft of America, is going to fix them, is going to work on them.
Meanwhile, the Democrats busy trying to score some political points, criticizing the president for playing golf as tariffs rocked the stock market.
I saw a tweet. Let me see if I can find this tweet. I know I bookmarked it, and it was essentially like, I don't want to repeat it because I don't want to steal this person's tweet, but I think I can find it here in just a second. And it kind of puts it into perspective, the whole thing. Oh no, this is what I was saying earlier though. Right here. So this is another tweet that I want to show you before we continue. Right here, 2006. 2006 Joe Biden.
Folks, we have mortgaged our foreign policy. Everyone's out there going, oh my God, how in God's name? You know, the Chinese came here and the president didn't get anything. Guess what? They own us.
Oh, Joe Biden back in 2006 says China owns us. That's a pretty interesting take right there. That's a pretty interesting take, wouldn't you say? Creepy Joe, even then, I agree with that. Where is this tweet? It's simplistic, but it's like it's just so on point because this is liberals, and we have to be very clear about these people and how broken they are and how much they truly are. Let me see if I'm gonna play this clip and I'll keep looking for it about what Trump's doing right now.
Where was Trump when those soldiers were transferred to Dover Air Force Base? Trump was at his resort in Miami, Florida. He was there to hit the links for the Saudi-backed LIV golf tournament.
Is the president out on a golf cart while people's retirement is in flames?
He spent the day working on his golf swing. They're experiencing uncertainty, right? And they see the president off golfing.
Jesse, one of the things I cannot stand is complaints about golf.
Me too. And that's not a middle finger to middle America. That's a middle finger to all these foreign countries who are trying to get on the phone and negotiate these tariffs down. But if Biden was golfing during a stock market like this, I'm sure I wouldn't say a word.
You wouldn't.
I would not. And now, I'm not panicking, Dana, because I'm not looking.
Okay.
I haven't looked at my bank account. I'm afraid. But I'm just going to be patient. And my people are going to set me up so when this thing rallies, I can say, in your...
Here's the tweet right here. Just so you understand, Trump is trying to get American companies to hire more Americans and pay a living wage while simultaneously ending foreign child labor. And the libs don't like it. This is so... Like, how can you be against that? It's absolutely insane. Like, no, we want more child labor overseas. Like, what is wrong with you? Zanaximus for 50 says the problem with people like Joe is that they don't base their decisions on values. They unknowingly just go with the team that they've been conditioned to believe is right. But then they also project this way of thinking onto others, hypocritical. 100%. And that's why, like, for me... You can never win when you have this tribalistic mentality on the internet. So like I said earlier, you know, like the narrative around me is always that I won't criticize Nintendo. Then I criticize Nintendo heavily, by the way. Not even because I'm personally upset as much as I recognize everybody else is upset. And so I'm trying to go, hey, I recognize everybody else is upset, and I want to highlight the problem that everybody else is having because it's bullshit, and Nintendo needs to deal with it. And then those same people that say I never criticize Nintendo, then they go, well, you're still going to support them. Yeah, because I'm interested in it. I'm saying you don't have to be. You can tell them to go fuck themselves. But the argument changes. So then people say, Jeremy, you never criticize Trump. And then I criticize Trump. And then those same people are going, well, you still support him. Of course I do. Which is it? I think that a person that is a fan or a supporter and then openly criticizing the thing that they are a supporter of, I think that that is the thing that people are always saying that we don't do. Then when we do it, they shift the goalpost into something else. It's crazy. I am a Trump supporter. It doesn't mean that I think everything he's done is perfect and everything is on point. But this particular situation is one of the primary things that Trump ran on. I have criticized the administration for their handling of Epstein files. I've criticized some of the behavior from them. I've criticized some of his personnel choices, and I think that those things need to continue to be dealt with. The fact that we still don't have any answers on the Epstein stuff is very much a red flag and a problem that needs to be dealt with. So am I now supposed to go, oh, well, I have a problem with how they've handled the Epstein stuff, and I have to stop supporting Trump altogether now because I have a major issue. And I think it's a major issue. But am I supposed to just stop all my support now because I have one issue? That's how the mindset of people like Angry Joe operate. It's a weird mindset. It's a very weird mindset.
Face Harold, and it will rally, because it always does. Now, Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, broke the Bank of England. That's who I want running this. He'll probably break the Bank of China, and that's what we're trying to do here. This is a 40-year problem, and we've only been at it for 4 days. Take a breath. What Lutnick is saying, American workers are not going to be screwing in little screws to iPhones. He's saying the future is robotics. He's saying the future is AI, automation, and robotics. So you're going to have this massive high-tech manufacturing sector that's going to be building cars, airplanes, data centers, and you're going to need American blue-collar workers to service these robots, build the robots, and maintain them and operate them. If we're going to have ships, if we're going to have new weapons for the next century, that's the game. And if you're saying they're going to pass this tariff onto the customer and they're going to raise prices, okay, maybe. Or we just got 6 million new customers all over the world. So we're going to be making so much money selling these things to India and Asia and Europe that we're not going to have to raise prices. Now, everybody says, oh, you know, we got these flat screen TVs. Got to have our cheap flat screen TVs. Okay. Does the guy really need $50 off a flat screen when his factory left, when he doesn't have a job and fentanyl's pouring into the country? That's the trade-off we're talking about here. Now, here's how I feel about this. Remember in 2022, when they had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth? And that's technically a recession, and the S&P was down 20% for the year. Did anybody panic? Were there any panicans?
Panicking.
No, they said Bidenomics was working. I don't know if it was or not.
Well, obviously not.
We have, right.
Somebody, a memer out there needs to get the clip from Revenge of the Sith, and they probably need to put Trump on Obi-Wan, and they probably need to put the screaming SJW on Anakin, and Trump needs to say, "It's over, Panakin. I have the high ground. Please, somebody." Do this, all right? I don't even need credit for it. I just need somebody to do that shit, okay? Just need somebody to do it.
And that's the point, because now we have growth in the economy. We have S&P that's only down 14%, massive amounts of private investments pouring in, and we had a massive jobs number to hit in March. So everybody stop panicking.
Panic.
Now we have growth.
Just need somebody to do it.
And that's the point, because now we have growth in the economy. We have S&P that's only down 14%, massive amounts of private investments pouring in, and we had a massive jobs number to hit in March. So everybody stop panicking.
Panicking.
I feel like, Harold, you got a lot of notes. I'm going to go to you next. Give you the floor.
Wait, first. Yeah. Mike says the same people who demanded we destroy the economy for 2 years over a flu virus are melting down over a 4-day stock market drop. Where were people like Joe back then? You know what's funny is I think that somebody said this in my replies. I don't know if this is true. Somebody said that Angry Joe blamed Trump for the prices of the Nintendo Switch. And this was before Nintendo's announcement of them saying that the Switch 2 price has nothing to do with Trump's tariffs. But somebody said Joe blamed Trump for the Switch 2 prices. I don't know if that's the case or not. That's pretty damn funny. Golden Age says, my sis, for 20, says, my sis tried telling me it's the end of the world. I don't listen because she an unbankable Latinos for Trump. I voted for all this. There's a lot to unpack here. Okay? So, my sis tried telling me it's the end of the world. I don't listen because she's an unbankable leftist. Latino for Trump. I voted for all of this. Whew. There's a lot to unpack there. I respect it. Magnum Norris says, I find it funny that people wanted Trump to disrupt the globalists and also expect the stock market to go up. I know, right? Crazy. Louis C says, I saw you kiss the drinker. Huh? Magnum Norris says, I find it funny that people wanted Trump to disrupt the globalists and also expect the stock market to go up. I know, right? It's crazy. Louis C says, I saw you kiss the drinker. Huh? I don't know what you saw. This is why I don't drink, so I can never be put in a compromised position. I am always in control of my actions. Panicking Skyfaller says, you've turned them against me. Let's see here. Net Steeler says, Jeremy's not gay. He's Trumper fluid. Vault 95 says, not the rare jewelry imports.
You have done
rich
that
folk.
yourself.
Ministry of Wrong Things says, it's over, panicking. DB for Life says, so libs ripped mad because Elon and Trump were found where our tax money was wasted on, but are okay with career politicians and bureaucrats using our tax dollars. Retards. This is true. Shorty Short says, Odin's streaming right now, but here's monies. Thank you. I appreciate it. Eric K says, when is Jeremy going to admit Krista runs Geeks and Gamers? I've admitted that for years. Eric K says, Joe Biden was making deals. He was getting 10% to sell out America, another 10% for his family. 10% for the big guy. Philip Butler says, Cory Booker cast by Disney as Panicking Skywalker. Heartbreak Zero says, there's a Chinese proverb that says, good medicine tastes bitter. Trump knows that America needs this tariff medicine right now. He's 100% accurate. Solo Felix says, Jeremy Kiss Drinker, so the chat will call him gay. AOE2 Freak says, hail the 199, our mage IDOT overlord, Jeremy. Predon Corp says, typing from my iPhone that I am morally superior to you, Jeremy. Absolutely. Again, I got nothing against iPhones outside of the fact that I hate them, but I have nothing against it if you are an iPhone user. I just personally hate Apple. Sith Lord Darth Bong says, Apple is for gays, Android for life. Eye candy. Let's see. Trump with tariffs high and brash, taxed the world, made markets crash, winning. He cried a golden age, a fair trade, war, tale beyond compare. Stream Hero says, I resent you the meme on so I can DM you or if you need it, if you can't find it. My handle is the same here on YouTube. Croc made you better than Sydney Sweeney. I doubt that. Twilight Media Corp says Supreme Court ruled Trump can use the Enemies Act to deport illegals. The winning continues. Hail the 199. Hail.
Good to be back.
It's glad to be back, and good to be back around the table, and hope everybody had a good weekend. I'd say two things to Jesse. I hope you're right. Two, thus far you don't appear to. Thus far you don't appear to be right. And I say that for just a couple of objective reasons. First, President Trump and I agree on probably a lot of things. One thing we agreed on over the last 7-8 years is that every day you get a scorecard about how our economy and how consumers and business leaders feel, business people of all sizes, big and small businesses, how they feel about the day, how they feel about what happened that day. And we generally look to our equity markets to get some sense of that. We've lost $7 trillion in 3 trading days. It was down as much as $10 trillion, up a little bit today as I was on with Dana in the morning, and then on the show this morning, and then down as the day went on. 2, we have economists at some of the biggest financial institutions in the country have now raised their recession risk, or she said the risk that the country will be plunged into a recession. And they all think it's because it's a self-inflicted wound. Now let's think about the positive things the president wants to do with what he's doing here. He wants to bring 2 things, I think, and sometimes it's unclear what the destination is. He sometimes says he wants 0 tariffs from all these countries. I saw Mr. Navarro on this morning saying even if we get 0 tariffs, there are other things we want from the countries as well. It's odd to hear that because some of these countries we talk about selling things to, Jesse, they're very small countries. We've suggested that we want to sell more beef to Honduras. Honduras has a $75 billion GDP. If they spent all of their GDP on us, it wouldn't make a dent in what we're doing. Don't get me wrong, I love $75 billion, but when you've lost $7 trillion, it seems to me to be a weird trade-off. I'm not that great at math, but that's not a winning.
I think they want to sell it to Australia more than Honduras.
No, but
and it's big, beautiful beef, Harold. Let's get it right.
So, in the reason, so if you
these are the people that are crying, and to be clear, I'm when I say I'm a fan of, I've always appreciated Dave Portnoy. I've always appreciated him. I love what he's done with Barstool Sports. But if you think I'm going to have any sympathy for Dave Portnoy, you're wrong.
I went super viral when I said I lost $7 million. I'd kill to be back to losing $7 million. I haven't even looked. If I had to guess, I'm down in these last 3 days, probably close to 20. I don't know, like 10, 15% of my net worth, poof. But I'm still here. That's the game. Am I crying? Am I like, oh, woe is me. I wish I voted for Kamala. No. Do I wish this didn't go down like this? Yes. Am I in this to make money? Yes.
At least he said, at least he's not backing off like and saying he wanted to vote for Kamala. But billionaires have lost a ton of money right now. That's what needs to be understood right now. Billionaires have lost a fuck ton of money in the last few days, all because of Donald Trump. So you have to look at a lot of this anger and you have to wonder, where is this anger coming from? Where is it? We know exactly where it's coming from. And it's not coming from middle America. It's not coming from the lower class. It's not coming from the middle class. It's not even coming from, you know, like the above the middle class. It's coming from the billionaires and the hedge fund babies and all of that. That's who's upset. Who gives a fuck what you think?
You want to go there, I'm happy to go there. The reason they don't take our beef and pork, you know what? They don't like the fact that there are hormones in it.
Yeah, that's an excuse. They do it to Europe, too.
Okay. Well, these are excuses that have been going on for years. 3, throughout our history as a nation, the first 100 years of the United States, we ran a trade deficit. You know why? Because we were a growing nation. We were a rapidly growing economy. Economies that are growing run trade deficits, not because they don't make things, but because they're consuming so much of the world's resources. The one time in our nation's history where we did not run a deficit was during the Great Depression. Why? Because we weren't a rapidly growing economy at the time. This is just math. Now let's get to the facts. The president wants to produce more things in America. He wants to reduce the trade deficit with countries, and he wants America to be the place that where everything is done. In order to do that, you have to build factories, you have to train workers, and you have to ensure that you have fiscal responsibility. The trade tariffs the president's talking about is a small part of it. He has made it the only part of it. Where I said last week that I hope and pray that he knows what he's talking about, thus far, he doesn't seem to know what he's talking about.
Based on what? Based on the immediate reaction? Do you not understand that it's going to take time? Things are going to get bad before they're going to get better. This is part of life. He's an agent of chaos at this point in time. That's what Trump is in terms of the political infrastructure that we have had in this country and throughout the world. Trump is literally an agent of chaos. He is creating chaos within the system in order to change it. When you create chaos within the system, when you disrupt the system, of course it's going to look chaotic for a little while. That's how this works. Just because he's right, and again, we will have to see. Ultimately, I believe that he will be right. But let's just say, just because he's right doesn't mean that it's going to be an immediate response. It's not how this works. My God. This is the TikTok mindset of like, I need immediate results. If I don't have immediate results, and this is why you see so many people that are losing their minds on social media, because it's the age of social media. It's the instant reaction, instant gratification. No one knows how to let anything cook anymore. They just need it. I need immediate gratification. I can't wait. I can't let things build. I can't see a bigger picture. I need immediate response. And if I don't get the immediate response, then everything is the worst thing ever. That's what's happening right now. JMNZZ450 says, I was a fan of Joe's when he was having dance battles with that French dude on TGWTG. We could see in real time when he started parroting the opinions of the cult for clout. He's a coward. Don't wish him ill, but have had zero respect for him since 2020. Yeah, I mean, all I know is like, when I talked to him in private, it was a very cordial conversation. It was nice back and forth, you know, but it's like, he clearly is not interested in understanding where I'm coming from. He's just not. And that was pretty apparent to me. And that sucks, you know, because like I said, man, we can say whatever we want about him, but he is an OG. He's been in the game for a long time on the YouTube side, and he's made a lot of people, you know, happy with his content over the years, and he's pretty iconic from that scene. But yeah, TDS breaks a lot of good people. It really does. Sad but true. John freaking Murdoch for 50 says, holy Hannah Jeremy, could your streams be more difficult to find? It's almost like it's almost like you don't want my money. I have to wonder who the falling stock market really hurts, not Gen Z or most millennials. They don't have enough money for the stocks. I know, John freaking Murdoch. I obviously, you know, with like IRL stuff going on, and then I had to travel last week for the Epic Universe stuff. So just been super busy, but I'm here. And I'll just say, like, you're welcome to give more money on the streams instead of spreading it out. It's just a suggestion. John freaking Murdoch gives tons of money, though. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Peter Yang for 20 says, same leftist screaming, eat the rich, throwing a tantrum for the rich. We now know they never cared for the working man. Absolutely right. Swig of water for the working man. It just shows you the NPC mindset and how they don't actually believe in anything. They don't care about anything. Like before, it was like Trump is just going to make all the billionaires even richer. Literally, Donald Trump right now, as it stands, is making billionaires less rich. Okay? So let's talk about that for a minute, leftists. So Trump is going to make billionaires just richer. He's the president for all the billionaires, okay? The billionaires are losing money like crazy, okay? Right? So now leftists, what happens when you say, oh, well, in the long run, they're going to make more money? Oh, so you mean that Trump's plan is going to work in the long run? Which is it? You can't sit there and say both. You can't do it. It's absolutely crazy. But there we are. You know who is getting richer? Me, because of John freaking Murdoch, for a proper 199. Yes, you are here. Look at that. That was a good grift. Give me some credit, okay? That was a good grift. That was a pretty good grift. I gotta I got to be honest, that was good. And don't complain. I didn't stream Friday, bro. I got to make up for all of the time I missed. Don't complain.
What more do you want from me?
Don't complain. Let the man grift, okay? Because that's what we do around here. And, of course, it is a proper 199. And there's only one way to celebrate the proper 199 with Sydney freaking Sweeney. I was looking at something.
Should I do it?
No, but what I would say is I would, if I'm negotiating with Japan, this is what I would say. We've had a military base with you all these years. Guess what? We owe you $1 trillion. We may need to cut that out. And hey, we're going to pull our military out and don't ask us for protection. All the leverage is on our side. The biggest one that I'm watching.
And that's the most dangerous thing about Donald Trump in this situation is that he has all the leverage, all of it. When you're dealing with the best deal maker of all time, when you're dealing with a person of this stature who also has all of the negotiation power on his side, whew, that's a tough situation to deal with.
Closely is China, and the thing I'm most interested in long term is to see how this negotiation with C.K. Hutchinson and the 2 ports at the Panama Canal, how is that going to be tied in? If they can figure out a way to get all of these deals done together, he may need to write Art of the Deal too, because the way he's doing this negotiation, people are going to want to read it.
Right. You throw the TikTok thing in there with China, you got a pretty big one. And I just wanted to follow up on something because we mocked you for sending my wife a onesie, which I thought was kind of funny because she's young, but you made up for it. Your staff has now sent.
That's an interesting choice of words there, Jesse Waters. Holy crap.
You got a pretty big one. And I just wanted to follow up on something because we mocked you for sending my wife a onesie, which I thought was kind of funny because she's young, but you made up for it. Your staff has now sent.
That's an interesting choice of words there, Jesse Waters. Holy crap.
Georgina, my daughter, oh my God. We got more than just this. Just let the audience know. They emptied the warehouse. We get the humidors. It's putting the Fox shop to shame. So thank you, and thanks to your great staff.
Let me back this up a little bit. We're going to back this up.
I don't know how long that's going to take.
I know there's a few people that's like, they don't like PBD and all that. Regardless of how you feel about Patrick Bet-David, he's a smart businessman, and I want to hear his take on all of this. You know what I mean? That's the point behind it. And I have nothing against PBD, by the way.
So do you think he's going about it in the right way by taking on the entire world all at once instead of going at each individual nation? And do you think these deals are going to be cut bilaterally or one big, beautiful deal at Mar-a-Lago?
No, I think he's doing it the right way because you're steering the pot to see who's going to be the first. 50 people are calling us. Vietnam already agreed. Another country already called. There has to be a spirit of
Thank you,
competition
Valkyria
and
Winter, for the
urgency
5 gifted
where
over on
everybody's
Rumble.
moving. If he does it methodical, one by one, one could slow it down. And on top of that, if you don't do it fast now collectively, midterms around the corner, then what happens with midterms? So then that's going to be a bloodbath at midterms if they're not executing this accordingly in a very urgent manner. I think they're doing it the right way. If we're going to do it, the last thing you want to do is one by one. Just take the whole thing off. Let's negotiate. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be.
Well, I mean, Trump is putting his entire legacy as president into this right here. That's how serious this is. That's how big of a move this is. He knows that. All of his legacy is tied up into this. If this fails, his presidency and his legacy will be looked upon in a negative way because this is all in. He 100% knows that. And just so we're clear, this is the man that we're talking about. If you guys remember this is who we're talking about right here.
You want to know something?
You've said it.
Okay, you want to put that on my.
You've said it.
I'll take it.
Okay, good.
You know what I'll say? Yes, If we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And I am proud, and I'll
We
tell you what,
disagree.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down. And I'm going to shut it down for border security.
You shouldn't shut
okay.
it down.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I love it, man. I love it. So good. Buster Nut Smash says, this all started with participation trophies. All the people bitching right now are the same ones that never suffered repercussions or learned the lessons from losing. Losing builds character. 1000%. What's that quote from Michael Jordan? You know, how many shots that he missed in his career? You know, how many times he's failed, and that all of his failures are ultimately what made him a winner, you know? And I stand by that completely. Buster Nut Smash says, people will look back on these tariffs as a genius political move. It will suck at first, but will pay off in the end. I agree completely. That's been my stance on it the whole time, is that Trump is going to make this work. He's not putting all of his eggs into a basket that he knows is going to fail. He's a very strategic operator. And I know right now that, like I said, this is essentially Twitter. Everybody on Twitter is a stock market expert right now. All of these people with pronouns in bio and their furry profile pictures, they all are experts right now on the stock market. And I think that I would take the billionaire over the furry weirdo with pronouns in their bio. That's what I think. Let's see. Grindo Drum says everyone is upset. Oh, I got that one. Green Raptor says I wasn't expecting Stuttering Craig on stream. Jay Chain says War Damn Eagle Bammers are they? Andrew CR says I didn't know Jesse Waters was a Muslim. Mike Hill says we'll have to pay $10 for the welcome tour of the Switch. Yeah, I'm not paying that shit. I'm not interested in that. The Under Armour Gamer says all phone users are slightly more sped than Jeremy Prime, the queen of the 199. McCox says, if Jeremy FAL on PP mouth first, it would take him 10 minutes per inch to get off of it. What? Loud and Proud says, did you know the Federal Reserve isn't actually part of the government? It's a private bank. Let's talk about why America should take charge of its own money. I mean, there's a lot to this. There's a lot of, different angles that we can approach it from. Trump has more irons in the fire than I think we realize. And I think that, if you go back to his first term, it's weird because I don't think Trump could do what he's doing right now without 2020 and what happened. I don't think he had enough political clout. And because he now has enough political clout, once he's able to succeed in this, it's going to open the doors for so many other things that he wants to accomplish. But he's got to get this driven through first. And once it happens, because think back, with Mike Pence as his VP, with that trash administration that he had, there's no way Trump could have pulled this off. Not even close. But here we are. It's a weird way that the Democrats and the liberals and the leftists essentially have brought all of this to the forefront with their devious behavior. Think about that one. Think about it. And I love it. And they deserve it. It's great.
Well, I don't know the last time I saw a Cadillac.
Crap, man.
Don't live here.
Speak. She's.
What are you?
Who says, I'm running for governor of Florida, walks right up to a left wing screaming he's a fascist and emerges victorious. Quote, I'm going to be your governor, trust me. Oh, yes, I am.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
What do you
But
want
as
us
a
to
member
agree
of
on?
Congress, because I was
Yes.
just in D.C. on Monday
Yes.
for Trans Day Visibility, and I would like you, as a member of Congress, to rise up and support LGBTQ plus youth and stop this fucking insane attack on our children who know who they are.
Number one.
Number one,
I'm
no.
gonna do that.
Of course you're not, because you're a fascist. You're a trace. You're a race traitor, and you are a fascist.
In the middle of
And I answered you.
I said I don't agree, and then you start yelling at me. You call me a fascist. You call me an administrator, and you want me to agree with you? What are you talking about, ma'am? I'm a constitutionalist. Ma'am, I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in freedom and liberty for everybody. I believe in the U.S. Constitution.
It's amazing how she won't let a black man speak. She's using her white supremacy to not let a black man speak right now, which is very, very, very disrespectful. I thought racism needed to end, and yet here is this white privileged individual not allowing a black man to speak because of her white supremacy.
I believe in
Really?
everybody's
Is that why
freedom
you
and rights.
supported
But if
me
I
in
don't
the
agree,
election?
but hold on,
Is that why you
but when I don't
supported
agree with
insurrection?
you, then all of a
Because
sudden
you are
I'm a fascist. That's what's wrong. If all you want to do is yell and scream and curse when I don't agree with you, I'm sorry, ma'am. You are now in the 20%
You know
of
what? You don't need to worry
America.
because you will never get my vote, and you don't live here.
I'm gonna be your governor. Trust
No,
me.
you're not.
Yeah! Look at Vinny there. Vinny's just eating it up.
No, you're not.
Oh yes, I am.
Good Lord, man. These people are broken. Absolutely broken. This is insane. Holy crap, man. You know who else is broken? Jim